Hey, sports fans. We've got a little bit of overtime coverage for you this week with the Pioneers Weekly Football Preview, talking about college football, and we've got a big one coming up this weekend with the homecoming festivities at Ferris State University this weekend. Ferris State, 3-0 in the GLIAC, 3-1 overall, taking on a Saginaw Valley State team, the only other team in the GLIAC North that remains undefeated in the conference. Probably one of the bigger games that we've seen at Top Taggart Field in I don't know how many years, it seems like, Bob. Can you talk about what's on the line for this Ferris State team heading into this weekend?
Well, obviously, both teams are 3-0, so what's at stake is, the top of the GLIAC, the North. It's one of the last hurdles that each team's going to have to climb. Grand Valley, I think everyone expected to be pretty decent. They got hammered by Ohio Dominican, so that doesn't look like a tough opponent now. So this is probably for all the marbles, really, in week 5.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that. Talking about Ferris State, everybody knew they were going to have an explosive offense. The last couple of weeks, what we've seen from their defense has really been what's stood out, only giving up 11.5 points a game. How big of a factor is that for this team to have a defense that can match this breakneck pace offense that's been able to set all kinds of records in these last couple of years?
Well, that's been not the Achilles heel, but that was always the question. Was the defense going to match the offense? And the last 2 weeks, you've really seen that, and it's really been starting on stopping the run. They gave up just over 100 yards to Ashland, 80 to Walsh, something like that. That is the trend that you want to see continue, especially against the Saginaw Valley team that comes in rushing almost 200 yards a game.
Any thoughts, predictions on this weekend's game, Bob?
Both teams combined for 1,000 yards of offense coming in, and both defenses, though improved, Ferris has improved the last couple weeks, still giving up some points. This is a track meet. If you're the scorekeeper, don't fall asleep. Get your caffeine early. I like Ferris in this one because they're home, and it wouldn't surprise me if both teams are in the 40s.
Yeah, I agree with you that it's going to be a shootout. Good thing they got this new scoreboard being installed this weekend. They'll get plenty of use out of it. Jonathan Jennings, quarterback for Saginaw Valley State, he's going to put up big numbers, as will Jason Vanderlaan. I expect a lot of points being scored in this one. I've got Ferris State winning by about a score, maybe 2 in this one. But like you said, I expect this game to be in the 40s, maybe even above that. Looking forward to this weekend's game, we at the Pioneer had a chance to check in with Ferris State head coach Tony Anise to get some of his thoughts about this weekend's big game against Saginaw Valley State. Check it out.
Just, Coach Tony Anise talking a little bit about Saginaw Valley State. Obviously, this game becomes a huge game in the scheme of the conference race. Talk a little bit about the importance of getting this one early on and homecoming, thrown into the mix.
Well, first off, that's why you coach this game, and that's why you play this game, is to have the opportunity to play in big games. So, I don't know. I haven't been around Big Rapids and Ferris State all that long, but I told our guys, it's one of the bigger games we've had here in a while, and certainly since I've been here. So, it's a huge opportunity for us. They're all must-wins in the GLIAC North, but we're so happy that we're 3-0 coming out of the South play, and we had to go on the road 2 out of 3 GLIAC games and 3 out of 4 in September. So we're happy where we're at.
Can you talk a little bit about, I think the big revelation the last couple of weeks has been the play of the defense, what they've done to really step up their play in these last couple of wins on the road?
Well, our only home game, it was a combination of us and the opponent. I had a sneaking suspicion after watching the film they did some really good things offensively, and they exploited our defense a little bit, but also they've done that to now Saginaw last week and Wayne the week before. So, we've just solidified things. Our defense is really probably been the better unit than in the last couple games. They held. We made some mistakes offensively against Ashland and against Walsh, and the defense just held us in until we got started. So they've been the better unit, and there was that process of kind of feeling each other out, a lot of new guys, and trying to get it cohesive. And I think we've arrived to a certain degree. Now Saginaw brings out some special challenges because they've got a I believe 9 senior starters on offense. So it's quite a veteran group.
Speaking of Saginaw, can you talk a little bit about what are going to be some of the keys for you guys to come away with a victory against a very talented team?
Well, they're pretty simple things, really. We don't want to allow them to have big plays. They've been a quick strike offense, and they've got great weapons, starting with a quarterback that's unbelievable and a couple wideouts, but particularly one that's great. And so we can't give them the big play. Last couple of weeks we haven't given up the big play, which is huge. And so we got to minimize those. We got to be great on special teams, win the special teams battle. And the third thing is we just can't give up turnovers. We still, we've created turnovers, so we're, I think, about even on the turnover battle. But it'd be nice to, win that battle or come into a game and play perfect football as far as turnovers go and not give up any easy turnovers.